So I am sure that many of us have used the term middle class to define ourselves at some point. But what did we really have in mind when we said that we belong to a middle class? I think we were thinking that we are not always in a survival mode and we have some discretionary spending also, in the sense that not all of our expenditures are geared towards necessities only, and we have some choice in the way we spend. Also, if let's say some major expenditure comes up in terms of due to medical emergency or due to education related expenses, or maybe in case of Indian societies we can say wedding expenditures can be considered as a major expenditure. So, if any of these major expenditures would come up, then we don't just fall back into poverty, we are rather able to sail through it, even if not so easily, but we manage. So, in this particular sense, we can understand middle class. And the second thing is that it's very crucial to understand middle class in India because we are really pinning our hopes of growth on the middle class, because the major demand in the economy has to come through the middle class. The poorer section of the society, their spending will be largely geared towards necessities. For the rich section of the society, even if let's say in absolute terms they might be spending more compared to an average middle class person, but the number of people that belong to middle class is likely to be much less compared to, let's say, the size of the middle class. So it is on the middle class that we are really pinning our hopes for fueling the demand in the economy and also to generate growth in the economy. So therefore, it's very important that we understand what is a middle class in India. So this is what we'll try to understand in this video with me. I am Sapna Goyal, Assistant Professor in the Economics Department at Hansraj College, University of Delhi. I welcome you all to the eSamvad channel of Hansraj College. So first, we'll try to define what do we mean by a middle class, what is a genuine middle class in India, and if there is any particular income bracket or consumption expenditure bracket that we can take to define a middle class. Second, we'll look into some of the characteristics of middle class in India. And most of the findings that I'm going to discuss here are taken from a recently released report by Price, that is People Research on India's Consumer Economy, and the recently released report titled The Rise of India's Middle Class. So let's see. Okay, so these are the three questions that we are taking up in this video. First is we'll try to understand that who belongs to India's middle class. So in this we are basically talking about the income criteria here, and most of our findings come from this report that has recently come up by Price, that is People Research on India's Consumer Economy, and the report is titled The Rise of India's Middle Class. तो जो मोस्टली फाइंडिंग्स हैं इन दिस डिस्कशन वी हैव टेकन फ्रॉम दिस रिपोर्ट. इसके बाद विल ब्रीफली ऑल्सो डिस्कस द आइडिया ऑफ अ जेन्युइन मिडल क्लास, and then we'll look into some of the characteristics of middle class, again going by the findings of this particular report. Okay, so first things first, how are we defining middle class here? What is a middle class? Who belongs to middle class, right? And going by the income criteria, what do we have here? So as per this report we have taken 4 categories. इनकम के बेसिस पे हमने 4 कैटेगरीज यहाँ पर ली हैं, जिसमें आपके पास है डेस्टिट्यूट्स, एस्पायरर्स, मिडिल क्लास एंड रिच सेगमेंट. नाउ व्हाट इज़ द इनकम क्राइटेरिया, व्हाट इज़ द इनकम ब्रैकेट दैट वी आर checking here? So take a look at this table. What do you see? So middle class is basically 5 lakh to 30 lakh income. So middle class के लिए we are saying those household जिनकी annual income 5 से 30 lakh है, एंड एट द फैमिली लेवल, एट द हाउस होल्ड लेवल, इंडिविजुअल लेवल की हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे, हाउस होल्ड लेवल पे अगर आपकी एनुअल इनकम इज बिटवीन 5 to 30 lakh, then we say that you are middle class. Similarly, you have other categories. You have destitutes for whom the income is less than 1,25,000 annual income, aspirers 1,25,000 to 5 lakh, and then rich segment, your income is more than 30 lakhs. Okay. So the next question that comes up is just how many people are there in the middle class? So from the entire population, 31% of the population is your middle class. Now see, this is interesting here because as we said in the beginning also, that we are really pinning our hopes for growth and demand in the economy on the middle class, but it's only 31% of India's population, the middle class. And based on certain assumptions, this report is giving us these projections that by 2047, middle class will be 61% of India's population, which would be a huge achievement if, let's say, we are able to reach to this number. 2047 is also the year when we are targeting to become Viksit Bharat by 2047, right? And by 2047, we are expecting that the middle class will be about 61% of India's population. Okay, so by now we are clear that these are the numbers, this is the income bracket that we are using here to understand middle class, 5 to 30 lakhs for a family and annual income. Okay, next up is another interesting bit here is this, the idea of a genuine middle class. Okay, so just think about this intuitively here. अगर आपको पूरी पॉपुलेशन का इनकम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन दे दिया जाए, राइट, तो व्हाट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट कि मिडिल क्लास कहाँ है? अगर आप पोजिशनिंग के हिसाब से सोचेंगे तो यू वुड एक्सपेक्ट कि जो पॉपुलेशन मिडल में लाई करती है इनकम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के, दैट आइडियली शुड बी द मिडल क्लास, राइट? फॉर इंस्टेंस, लुक एट दिस टेबल हेयर. दिस आई हैव टेकन फ्रॉम एन आर्टिकल इन द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, द लिंक इज गिवन हेयर. तो जो पूरी पॉपुलेशन है उसको यू हैव डिवाइडेड इनटू 10 स्लैब्स. आपके पास डिसाइल्स है यहाँ पे. तो D1 जो है आपका है पोरेस्ट 10%, और जो D10 है दैट इज़ योर टॉप 10%, जो रिचेस्ट 10% लोग हैं. एंड देन यू हैव अदर डिसाइल्स, राइट? तो पूरी पॉपुलेशन को वी हैव डिवाइडेड इन दिस मैनर. सो आइडियली व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाट शुड बी द मिडिल क्लास? अगर आप पोरेस्ट लेट्स से 20% को एक्सक्लूड कर देते हैं एंड ऑल्सो जो रिचेस्ट 20% है, राइट, इसके बाद वट एवर इज़ लेफ्ट दिस मिडल 60%. तो ये जो मिडल 60% है आइडियली ये होना चाहिए मिडिल क्लास, है ना? थिंक अबाउट दिस. पीपल हु लाई इन द मिडल ऑफ द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, आइडियली ये आपके मिडिल क्लास होनी चाहिए. लेकिन नाउ थिंक अबाउट इट, वट इज़ द क्राइटेरिया दैट देयर शुड बी सो दैट वी कैन से दैट दिस इज अ मिडिल क्लास? थिंक अबाउट दिस intuitively. One is an income bracket, which we discussed in the last slide. Then there are some other criteria that you can take up. Maybe ownership of durable goods. जैसे you can look at the ownership of car, AC, etc. Then the main idea of understanding middle class theoretically is what? कि एक reasonable economic security should be there. In the sense कि if some major expenditure comes up, then you don't just fall back into poverty, and also that most of the people in this segment, they should have, let's say, relatively regular, well paid and safe job, right? So these are some of the characteristics that should be there if we wanna classify a particular household as middle class, है ना? But if you go by these criteria, largely what you see is that the middle class, this 60%, middle 60%, mostly they don't meet this criteria. तो ये जो middle 60% है, they don't really meet these criteria of having reasonable economic security or ownership of various consumer durable goods, right? And also having regular salaried jobs. These are some of the desirable characteristics for a middle class, right? Or for it to be a genuine middle class basically. But जो middle 60% है, they don't really meet these criteria. So this article talks about this thing कि जो genuine middle class है, the size of the genuine middle class in India is actually very small, and that middle class is somewhere in this top 20% only. So जो इंडिया में middle class है, that is actually somewhere in the top 20%, in the upper class itself, that meets these criteria. So the genuine middle class actually is somewhere in the top 20% only. I don't have the exact numbers here, but the main idea is जो आपकी middle 60% है पूरा income distribution के हिसाब से, that segment does not really meet various criteria that are desirable so that we can say that this is the middle class. So therefore the genuine middle class is actually somewhere in your upper class only. Okay, now we'll go back to the findings from the price survey only. and we'll look at some of the characteristics of middle class households. Let's see. So the first thing is we are looking at the primary source of household income. Okay. तो आपके पास जो डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज हैं हाउस की यहाँ पे यू हैव डेस्टिट्यूट्स, एस्पायरर्स, मिडिल क्लास एंड रिच सेगमेंट एंड द डिफरेंट इनकम सोर्सेज that we are taking are these. Let's see what do we have. So we can consider self-employed, be in the agriculture sector or in the non-agriculture sector. Then you can consider salaried class, be in the public sector or in the private sector. Then labor, that is working for somebody else, be it in the agriculture or in the non-agriculture sector. So first इंट्यूटिवली इसके बारे में सोचिए कि जो इनकम सोर्सेज वी हैव हियर, इज़ देयर एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ हायरार्की हियर? तो यू वुड एक्सपेक्ट कि जो सैलरीड जॉब है, बी इट इन द पब्लिक सेक्टर और इन द प्राइवेट सेक्टर, माइट कम एट द टॉप in terms of providing more security and in terms of better earning also, right? And then these other segments can come up, right? Probably labor in the agriculture or non-agriculture sector might be the least paid and more uncertain compared to other income sources here, right? So this is how we are going to look at. So we are saying that salaried jobs are probably going to be better paid and more secure compared to other. So among the different classes of household, we'll see that where is it that most of the households in rich segment are earning their income from primary income, and then in other segments also. Okay, look at the rich and middle class households. Most of the households, where are they earning from? So this is 59% of rich households earning from salaried jobs, 42% in the middle segment earning from salaried jobs. And the number of households for whom the primary income source is salaried job comes down quite significantly when you go to the aspirers or destitutes. Look at this, only 14% here and only 6% in the destitutes class. But among the destitutes, most of the households are earning their income from which source? This is the labor class, labor in the agriculture sector or in the non-agriculture sector. Labor in the non-agriculture sector 27%, 28% from labor in the agriculture sector. Again, so there's a clear hierarchy here that depending on the income source, that sort of affects which class you belong from, right? So for rich and middle class, most households, the primary income source is salaried jobs. And for the destitutes, aspirers, the primary income source comes out to be labor in the non-agriculture sector or in the agriculture sector, which is again something that we talked about before, that for it to be a genuine middle class, it has to be that most people should be employed in a salaried job, be it public or private sector. At least for the time being, this is the kind of hierarchy that we see. Okay. Next criteria, next characteristic actually that we can look up is the education level in the household. Again, you have these different categories of household, and the different education level that we are taking is, you have illiterate up to primary, higher secondary and graduate, or at least graduate basically. Okay, so here, as you know, that this is like a two-way causality. Like education definitely affects what kind of opportunities you get, and then how much income you will be making, right? Or basically your class in a very limited sense. And then the class and the income bracket that you come from also decide what kind of education opportunities you get. So that's there. Now let's see. So what is the highest level of education that we are taking here? Graduate plus, right? And where these people are mostly. So you can clearly see, very clearly in the graph here, that this is in the rich segment of household. In the rich segment of household, 61% of households are such in which at least there is one person who is a graduate. And this number decreases going to destitutes. What do you see? Only 16% of households in the destitute segment have a member who is at least a graduate, right? And yeah, what else do you see? The highest percentage here is 37% in the destitutes category. So 37% households in the destitutes category. What do you see? The highest education level is only up to primary. Okay. And what do you see in the middle class? Again, look at the difference between middle and rich class also, that only 38% of households in the middle class have somebody who is a graduate, right?
So there is a clear linkage that you see between the class that you come from, right? Class in a very limited sense because it has several other meanings also, but at least for the time being, going by the income criteria and education, there is a clear link. Okay. Third is a very interesting graph, which is ownership of consumer durable goods, because that also sort of is influenced by which class you come from. So the different durable goods we are taking is, you have fan, two-wheelers, color TV, fridge, car and AC. So I think car and AC would be interesting to look at. And there's a huge difference in the ownership of these durable goods between different classes. Look at AC first. Even among the rich segment, so this yellow color is rich segment, only 23% households own AC. And among the middle class, only 7%. So look at the difference here in the ownership of AC even between the rich and middle class. And then interestingly, 2% between 2% in the destitutes and aspirants category own AC, and 7% among the middle class. So not so much difference here in these two categories between destitutes, aspirants and middle class, but huge difference between middle class and rich segment in the ownership of AC. Interestingly, on the ownership of car, you see, at least going by this survey, that 100% of rich households have a car, and only 30% of middle class own a car. And this number obviously decreases then when you go to destitutes, aspirers category, right? Not so much difference between the ownership of these other goods, I mean comparatively less, but yeah, these are some of the interesting findings from this report. But the main point remains, first is that it's very important that we understand how we define middle class, and the fact that the genuine middle class, the size of a genuine middle class in India is very small, right? And when you try to understand middle class, you should be aware of various criteria. It should not just be about income has to be one factor. Then there should be reasonable economic security, right? And then you need to also look into the occupation structure, like what is the income source basically for different members of the household, and also ownership of different goods, different consumer durables basically, right? So these are various ways that you can understand middle class. And we know that the size of a genuine middle class in India is actually very small, but we are expecting that the middle class might increase by about 60%, at least going by the findings of this report, by 2047. Okay, so I'll stop here, and you can probably refer to the findings of this report for more interesting discussions also. Thank you so much.